The second match of the live streams for today on the Rugby Guru. Just come off the South African loss to England, which is quite a bitter pill to swallow. But in the likes of sportsmanship, we have to deal with that as well. So unfortunately today, South Africa losing, not good enough to win the game, and England have won 27 points to 26. So yeah, let's get ready for this big encounter here between Wales and Australia. It should be another fantastic game, and yeah, we'll go through the team lineups in just a bit. Looking forward to a really good game from both sides. So let's quickly run through the lineups of Wales. So we've got Liam Williams, Lewis Rees-Zammit, Nick Tompkins, Halaholo, Josh Adams, Dan Bigger, and Thomas Williams. This is close to Wales's best backline that they could possibly pick for this game. And looking at the forwards, then Aaron Wainwright, Dane Basham, Alice Jenkins, Seb Davis, Adam Beer, Thomas Francis, Ryan Elias, and then Wyn Jones. Then on the bench, we've got Elliot D, Gareth Thomas, Dylan Lewis, Ben Carter, Chris Chinuza, Gareth Davis, Reese Priestlin, and Johnny McNichol. And then for the Wallabies, we've got Kurtley Peel, Andrew Callaway, Lenny Kitoa, Hunter Paisami, Filippo Daikunu, James O'Connor, and Nick White, with the forwards being Rob Valentini, Pete Samu, Rob Leota, Isaac Rodder, Rory Arnold, Danila Tupa Talu Latu, and James Slipper. Then on the bench, we've got Falau Fainga, Alan Alalatoa, Angus Bell, Will Skelton, Lachlan Swinton, Tate McDermott, Lalaki Foketti, and Tom Wright. So very formidable sides from both sides, and yeah, looking forward to a really good game here between the two sides. Gary Bevan says, sorry man, very good game. So referring to the Springboks England game, it was a cracker of a game, nail biting to the very end. Unfortunately, having to lose that one at the very death. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's rugby, and you gotta live with it as well. Then Shark Brain says that useless Nina Harbour plays Billy and sends Fussy home. Katie Dixon says, "Hey, how do you all? Hey, Guru, hope you're well. I'm very good, thank you, Katie." So, yeah, looking forward to another good game. I'm definitely going to back Wales for the victory here today. Just to say thank you to all the support that I got for the previous live stream. Got around 44,000 views during the 80 or during the 3 hour live stream. So thanks for all the support there, guys. And really looking forward to a fantastic game here between Wales and Australia as well. So, yeah, it's going to be another big game. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. We will be going through the team lineups again just before kickoff, but the kickoff should start in the next 10 minutes or so. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. I think Wales will pull it off by 7 points today. I have been wrong with the prediction for the previous games, so I don't know if my predictions is going to be right for this one as well, but hopefully for all Wales supporters out there, we will see a Wales victory here today at the Principality. Antoinette Gerber says, hi, Guru, hope you're well. Yes, I am very well, thank you. And then Shark Brain says, how many times must we bet that we should play Fussy? So, yeah, I don't know. I've also been a big fan of Fussy, but he played today for the Sharks against the Cheetahs, and he didn't have a great game. So it might be that his form is a little bit dipped, but that is because he hasn't got enough game time at the Springboks. So, yeah, it is the Springbok management fault for that anyway. Just going to put up a poll quickly here on the channel as well for you guys. Who is going to win this game? Will it be Wales or Australia, or are we settling for a draw here today? But yeah, let me know in the comment sections as well as on the poll who you guys think is going to win. So it's a very cold day here at Wales. It's 9 degrees, so yeah, it could come back to haunt the Australians today. But we'll see. The players haven't come onto the field just yet. It's a sold out Principality Stadium yet again. They have played on 42 occasions, with Australia winning 30, while Wales have managed only to win 12. There was one draw as well. So, yeah, it's Australia with the upper hand, but head to head in Wales. Wales have won 9, Australia 17. We've had one draw. The last meeting in Cardiff, Wales won 9 points to 6 in a very, very sloppy game that day. So, yeah, Rudy Vessel says supporting Wales in this one, but when Australia on song, they will be difficult to beat. Billy has played his last game for the Box. Time to groom the next 15. Wales by 6, and I agree completely, Rudy. Shark Brand says Nino messed up Fuss's confidence because he played a guy that can't catch instead of him. You could argue and say that's true as well, Shark Brain. So Australia now running onto the field here, and they'll be looking to end their end of year tour on a high as well. They definitely don't want to go away winless in this Autumn Nations series. So hopefully they can have a good ending as well. Expecting a very tightly contested game between them anyway, because it's normally a very tightly contested game. So Australia on the field now, just waiting Wales. We'll have the national anthems real quick, and after that, we will be getting this game underway. Just don't know if my voice will last throughout this. My voice nearly disappeared with that Springbok game here towards the end, but we're going to try our very best to get it going. Barry says, I feel crap after that game. Don't worry, me, myself, feeling very, very down at the moment. But yeah, life goes on. We have to carry on. We've got 2 more games to go. And we're just going to hope for the best outcome here for Wales and Australia as well. And then obviously another big game after this one with the All Blacks taking on France as well. So my Super Brew pretty much messed up after that loss of South Africa. So it will be interesting to see where I will end up at the end of the day. So already I've lost my place on 2 Cents Rugby and Nick's November. Still in first on Skinny Brew's November test and the Terrible Eels as well. So we'll wait and see. A draw for Fiji and Georgia 15 all as well, not anticipated as well. So, yeah, and then Romania currently leading Tonga by 29 points to 20. So this got that one right so far. So, yeah, we still got Wales and Australia and France and New Zealand, as well as Ireland and Argentina tomorrow. So it will be very interesting to see where everything ends up at the end of the day. Shark Braid says this was a terrible year for Springbok Rugby. 400k fine, lost to England, and now no new players groomed. And I did say that at the start of it all. I did say that if South Africa don't win all 3 games on tour, I would see it as a failure. And even if it's just that 1-point loss, it's a failure in the sense that we lost to England in the first place, and then in the second place, we were unable to groom new players. The likes of Fussy has lost his confidence of not playing. Elric Louw van Roos was left behind. Edward van der Merwe was left behind. So, in all contexts, I do see the end of year tour of South Africa as a failure, and I know I will get a lot of slack for it, but that's just my personal opinion on it as well. And then Barry says, let's hope a draw or a loss against All Blacks, so South Africans stay in number 1 place. So if the All Blacks win tonight, they will move back to number 1 in the world rankings. Achilles says, my rugby mood is over. I'm head to bed and watch some series. See you all. So, yeah, if I could have done that, Achilles, I would have. Ruben Key says, like a flip and quad. And then Gary says, sorry, but hold your head up, mate. No problem, Gary. We will do that. So let's run through the team lineups just one last time here. Go through Australia side: Kurtley Beale, Andrew Callaway, Len Ikitoa, Hunter Paisami, Filippo Dargunu, James O'Connor, and Nick White. Then Rob Valentini, Pete Samu, Rob Leota, Isaac Rodder, Rory Arnold, Danila Tupotolo, Latu, James Slipper. Then on the bench, Falau Fainger, Alan Alatoa, Angus Bell, Will Skelton, Lachlan Swinton, Tate McDermott, Lalaki Foketti, and Tom Wright. And then for Wales, we've got Liam Williams, Lewis Rees-Zammit, Nick Tompkins, Halahalo, Josh Adams, Dan Bigger, and Thomas Williams. In the forwards, we've got Aaron Wainwright, Dane Basham, Alice Jenkins, Seth Davis, Adam Beer, Thomas Francis, Ryan Elias, and Wyn Jones. Then on the bench, we've got Elliot D, Gareth Thomas, Dylan Lewis, Ben Carter, Christian Chusa, Gareth Davis, Reece Priestland, and Johnny McNichol. So a very, very formidable Welsh side here today as well playing. Onion Boy says South Africa's biggest weakness is a lack of discipline. Well done, England. You deserve the win. And then Box got beaten by the Harlequins. And then Barry says Haiti's close loss. Australia, we got it, and England now. So, yeah, you have to lose, unfortunately, as well, Barry. We can't win it all. But leaving the points behind that we did on the field, not going for goal, might have been a little bit overconfident at times. We should have taken the points that Andre Pollard missed as well. So, yeah, they got themselves to blame at the end of the day. I think our discipline were much better than England's on the day. We had a much better second half than England. That soft try that we gave away in that second half. So, yeah, it is what it is. Onion Boy says, also the 100 test match against New Zealand that we lost just close. And then Shirley says, we're traveling to KZN. Thanks for the commentary. No problem, Shirley. Thank you for the support as well. So, yeah, looking forward to another brilliant 80 minutes of rugby here between Wales and Australia. South Africa having gone down 27-26 against England in the dying minutes of that game. Right. Sharkbrain says, Pollard again proving he is the highest paid player in the world. Yeah, Pollard didn't have a terrible game in that first half. I think he had a really good first half. And then, in the second half, he just faded away, unfortunately, with his goal kicking. And that's why you're there as well at number 10, is to do the goal kicking. So if you can't do that and you're just an attacking player, you need to have somebody else that can do the goal kicking as well. Barry says, yes, as well. Only boy telling you about that one making me feel worse. LOL. So, Danila Tupou playing in his 13th test this year. So, he's had a long season and he's been a brilliant player. So, yeah, let's get into this one. We should see a really good game here between these two sides. And let's just see who's going to open up this game for us. The referee for today is Mike Adamson. Not too much known from my side, but I must say Adam Brace had a really good game between South Africa and England. Right, so it is going to be Australia to get this game underway, and it's going to be Nick White to start this game for us. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and good luck to both sides. A deep kick in here from Australia, taken by Liam Williams at the back. He's going to have a run early. Brought down quickly by James Slipper now. Thomas Williams at the back waiting for it. Gets it out to Dan Bigger. And Dan Bigger is going to kick this downfield. Looking for touch. Not going to find it. And into the hands of Nick White now. Gets it out to Curtly Beale on the 10-meter line. He's going to go for that 50-22 kick. But right into the hands of Liam Williams, who makes the mark inside the 22. So, good effort there from Curtly Beale, but well read by Liam Williams. So, he's now going to kick this straight down the middle of the field and into the hands of Curtly Beale on the Daiguna on the 10-meter line. He's going to have a run up to the halfway line right in the middle of the field. Now, Nick White with a little box kick over the top. Chase coming from Australia. They've got it. It is Hunter by Sami who's grabbed it just between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Here comes Australia. It is now taken forward by James O'Connor. Brought down really well there by Halaholo. Now here comes Pete Samu now. Pete Samu taking it up between the 22 and the 10 now. Nick White, hunted by Sami, gets the pass, Curtly Peel. Beautiful loop around from Ikitoa out to James O'Connor. Over the 22 they go now. Nick White back to beat Samu now. Here's a charge from Tanela Tupa over the 22-meter line and still going. 10 meters out, right in the middle of the field now. Nick White gets it out to James Slipper. 10 meters out from the try line now. Nick White waiting for it. Gets it out to Roda. Roda making a couple of meters now. Gets it to Valentini. Valentini held back in a tackle beautifully by Wales. Slow ball coming now. Penalty advantage to Australia. Right in the middle of the field here. 10 meters out. Nick White, hunted by Sami. Puts a little dab through for Callaway. And Callaway is going to go in for the opening try of this game. And Wales are napping as Australia gets the first try of this game. Beautiful little stab through. A bit of interference. Might have to go upstairs and have a look at it to see whether there was any interference on one of the Wales players. But I think it should be a try and it should be standing. Those little kicks over the top, looking for space, is working brilliantly for Australia at the moment. And they strike very quickly. Right, so we will get to that replay in just a bit here. But Tanela Tupo doing really well at the moment. The little kick from hunted by Sami. Oh, well, he just ran his line, was Callaway. So nothing wrong with that, really. As, well, you could argue that he took out Thomas Williams, but I think both players went for the ball. So that should be a try stand. So it is going to be a try. Don't think they went upstairs for it anyway. So, yeah. Cornel Grobler, when do they play? Who are you referring to, Cornels? Right, so James O'Connor now with the conversion attempt here for Australia as Australia's taken an early lead in this game. Conversion from James O'Connor is over. So it's 7 points to 0, Australia leading Wales after just 3.5 minutes in this game. Great work here from Australia, and a great little kick from Hunter Paisami to put the pressure on Wales. Liam Williams way too slow to get to that ball, and Callaway in for a very easy try at the end of the day. Right, so restart now from Wales, and it's been taken by Callaway inside his 22 as well. Nick White, penalty here to Australia. Has it been reversed? Yeah, it's been reversed. So it's obstruction from Australia, and it's Isaac Roddo who gets penalised there. So a chance now for Wales to draw back 3 points right on the 22, about 15 metres out from the left-hand touchline. Yeah, Isaac Roddo of obstructing Thomas Williams or Josh Adams. Sorry. Yeah, changing his lanes there, definitely. So a chance now for Wales to draw back 3 points. Can they do this is the big question. So the poll currently 47 votes. Who will win this? Wales 53%, Australia 43%, and 4% says it will be a draw. So Dan Bigger is going to have a shot at goal here for them. Right. Can they line this up? Dan Bigger from just outside his own 22 now will have a shot at goal here. Big kick coming up for him. Right, taking his time with this penalty kick is Dan Bigger. He's got an 84% kicking record for 2021. So that's not a bad track record from him. That kick is beautifully struck, and over it goes. So after 6 minutes of play, it is now 7 points to 3, Australia leading this game. So after conceding the try early on, Wales gets a penalty back for the foul play from Isaac Rodda. Right, Nick White to restart this game for us then. And that's a high hanging kickoff from him going to be collected inside the 22 by Liam Williams, and well set up here for Wales inside the 22. Thomas Williams now waiting for this one, gets it up now to Tane Basham, who takes it up, still inside the 22 though. Aaron Wainwright just securing that ball for Wales, with Thomas Williams going to go with the box kick over the top now. And here comes the chase from Josh Adams, but it's into touch. And a decent kick by Thomas Williams is going to find touch roundabout on a 10-meter line inside Wales territory. 7 minutes gone in this game. It is going to be Tolulatu with a throw into this lineup now. And let's see where they're going to. Well, they're going to loop around. There's Latu back inside. It goes to Nick White, but well stopped right about on halfway. So Australia's lost pretty much 10 meters on this charge. And now there's another charge here coming from Australia, but it's going backwards. And James O'Connor have to kick it. But a little knock on from Wales, says the referee. So we're going to go back to halfway for a scrum down between these two teams. Right on halfway, it is going to be a scrum down. And the ball got ripped by Tane Basham, or by Ellis Jenkins. And it will be a scrum down to Australia. So Rory Arnold nearly guilty there of going in a little bit too high there. And luckily, it was Ellis Jenkins who ripped that ball in a knock-on situation for them. 8 minutes gone in this one, and Australia leading by 7 points to 3. It will be Nick White to feed this ball right on halfway for Australia. Big scrum coming up. It is the first scrum of the day, and we will have a reset scrum from this one as well. Wyn Jones, the British and Irish Lions loose head prop, today up against probably one of the best directed props in world rugby in Tanila Tupou. So let's see, and James Slipper with his experience taking on the likes of Gav. So let's see what happens. Nick White now with the feed to the scrum. Yeah, Thomas Francis being the tighted prop here for Wales. So solid scrum from both sides now, and here comes Nick White off the back here. Space on the left-hand side here for Australia. Kurtley Beale gets it out to Daikunu. Good defense from Lewis Rees-Zammit though. On Daikunu, pushing him backwards, so just a little bit between the 10 and the 22 here. Isaac Rodder taking it up again for Australia. Nick White now working the blind side to Hunter Paisami for Australia. Nick White now back to Rory Arnold to beat Samu. Another good tackle from Wales, pushing them backwards. James O'Connor out to Hunt Lenny Kitawa. Caught on the 10-meter line inside Wales territory. And it's going to be a penalty against Australia. Coming in from the side is James Slipper. So it is a penalty to Wales. And a chance to kick this far downfield and set up an attacking lineup. Right, Dan Bigger now with the kick downfield. Let's see where he's going to find touch for Wales here. 10 minutes gone in this game. Touch found, runabout between the 10 and the 22 inside Australia's half. So, it was actually a neck roll from James Slipper. That's what the penalty was for. So, lucky not to get more than just a penalty against him. Right, so he's also the captain here today for Australia. Line out taken beautifully by Wales now. And here they come through Tane Basham between the 22 and the 10-meter line now. Taken forward by Halahalo. Tries to step the first line of defense, but quickly over them is Australia now. Gets it out to Josh Adams, who tries to step a couple of defenders, but going backwards as well. Solid defense from the Wallabies. Now Adam Beard. He makes a couple of meters for Wales now. Brought down. Comes back this side. Was there a little knock on this time? Yes, it was. Knocked on by Wales. And another opportunity goes a begging. Seb Davis knocking that ball on. from the pass. Not the greatest of passes from Thomas Williams, however. So you can understand that he knocked that ball on his Seb Davis. So 11 and a half minutes gone. And yeah, it's gone down to Australia. So apart from that brilliant start, the try early on, a little bit of errors here and there from both sides, just slowing the spectacle down at the moment. So we will have now a scrum to Australia between the 10 and the half, well, the 10 and the 22-meter line inside the Wallabies half. Nick White to feed this ball in for Australia. Right, big scrum coming up here. If Australia can show a little bit of dominance from here, then they should have this game. Right, Nick White feeds this ball, taking his time with it. Those solid scrum from both sides. Nobody wants to give in at the moment. Australia now starting to make headway here at the scrum and still going forward beautifully at the moment. Penalty to Australia, and they have stamped off their authority on the scrum as well. So great work from James Lippert, Tanila Tupo, and Tololatu. Just putting that pressure on Wales, and it could be a long day at the office for Wales if they're not going to be able to stop this Australian scrum. Bern van Rik still says, hello, Guru, how's it going, Bern? Hope you're well. Right, the kick downfield is going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line here inside Wales territory. Yeah, Darren says, was it hartseer? Yeah, that's true, Bern. Definitely heartache today after the Box loss, but they don't fault at the end of the day. Here comes Australia now on the attack. James O'Connor straightening the line is hunted by Sami. Over the 10-meter line he goes. Now here comes Rob Valentini again. Now Nick White working that left-hand side. It's Kurtley Beale straightening up again. Good defense from Nick Tompkins this time round. And a penalty diving in off their feet is Daikunu. So penalty to Wales between the 10 and the halfway line inside Wales territory. And Australia discipline letting them down at the moment. See, Lewis Rees-Zammit is down injured at the moment for Wales as well. So we might have to stop the clock right there and then. Not quite sure what happened there, but we'll find out in just a bit. So I can't see anything happen to Lewis Rees-Zammit really. Just think he got a bit of a knock from Nick Tompkins, his own teammate. So regardless, it is going to be a penalty now to Wales. Dan Bigger to kick this downfield here for Wales. And looking for a bit of distance on this kick, we'll see. Right, where is he going to find touch? That's going to find touch just outside of the 22 of Wales. And a great attacking opportunity for them. Shark Brain says, I hate Nino, but right now, guy loves Willie more than the Springboks. Yeah, Willie had a horrible game in that first half and parts of the second. So, yeah, it's one of those things, Shark Brain. You can't please everybody, but I'm sure if the whole South Africa don't like the guy, then why you stick to him? Here comes Aaron Wainwright off the back now, gets Dan Bigger straightening the line. Here's Halo, just short of the 22 now. Adam Beard, thumping tackle from Rob Valentini. And this could be a turnover ball here for Australia. Yeah, it is going to be. Oh, just wait, says the referee. So it looks like Adam Beard might have stayed down after that hit from Rob Valentini. That would be a shame. Yeah, so Adam Beard has stayed down and is not looking comfortable at all. Let's just have a look at that tackle again from Rob Valentini. Oh, I think there was a clash of heads maybe there. Or, yeah, it's a clash of heads. So, luckily no shoulder to the head. Otherwise, it could have been Valentini off the field. But a thumping tackle from Valentini. Well done from him. But Adam Beard definitely coming off second best in that tackle. So, warming up at the moment is number 19. Let's just see who that is. So it is Ben Carter warming up for Wales at the moment. Right, so they have gone upstairs to have a look at that, but for me, it looks like it's a head-on-head collision. I can't see a shoulder to the head. Yeah, no, I really not a lot in that. To be quite honest, I wouldn't give more than just a penalty, if anything, really, because it was a superb tackle there from him. Unfortunately, Dante the Devil Hunter says, "I hope South Africa learned from their less." No, they won't. And then Luke Griffin says, "Kumra," if I pronounce it correctly. So they're still having a look at this, taking their time with this DMO review. But I personally didn't see too much wrong with that tackle at all. So I don't have any audio sounds, so I'm not sure what it is that they're referring to, but we'll find out in a bit. So it looks like there might be coming a yellow card here, or is it just a penalty? So James Slipper and Rob Valentini being called. Yeah, it is going to be a yellow card. Whoa, 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 whoa! It's a red card to Rob Valentini, and wow. That is a massive, massive call here on Rob Valentini. I personally felt it was a head to head clash, and the referee clearly didn't feel the same way about it. But a red card to Rob Valentini, and this just blows the game wide open here for Wales. He's shaking his head. Dave Rennie, I don't think, is too happy with the call either. So, yeah, Ben Carter comes onto the field for Wales. Adam Beard is leaving the field, and it's a penalty right in front here for Wales, just outside of the 22. And I think Dan Bigger might. Oh, they're not going to go for goal, or will they? Will they go for goal? Yes, they will. So Dan Bigger will have a shot at goal here. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's a red card to Australia, and it's not looking great for them. They're going to have to play with 14 men for the remainder of this game, and what an impact that is going to have on this game as well. Just can't see the Wallabies. Well, they did it against, well, was it against France that they managed to pull it off and win France? So maybe there's a chance here, but the penalty goes over, and it's now Australia 7, Wales 6. And yeah, red card to Australia, number 8, Rob Valentini, for a dangerous tackle. Right, the restart now going to come from Nick White, and we'll see how the rest of this game pans out. Right, Nick White to restart this one. High hanging kickoff from him, deep inside the 22, collected by Liam Williams. Oh, fends off Andrew Callaway, and here comes Liam Williams now. Over the 22, brought down, just over the 22 now. Thomas Williams gets it out to Alice Jenkins, gets caught right on the 22-meter line by Tolulatu. Now Dan Bigger with the kick downfield. Not going to find touch into the hands of Kurtley Peel now. Kurtley Peel over halfway up to the 10-meter line. Brought down quickly there by Ben Carter. Now Nick White. Nick White out to James O'Connor. Caught behind the advantage line. Now need quick ball as Australia. Now Nick White back to Hunter Paisami. Out to Kurtley Peel inside the run half. Tolulatu now. Over halfway he goes. Gets it out to Lenny Kitoa. Lenny Kitoa up to the 10-meter line. Needs support though. Gets it back now. Nick White beats Samu. Out to Hunter Paisami. Great pass out to James Slipper. Can he get the offload to Tanela Tupou? Yes, he can. Up to the 22-meter line goes Tanela Tupou now. They need to release now. Penalty advantage to Australia. And here they come now. Long cut-out pass to Callaway. Lewis Rees-Zammit bumped off in the tackle. And here comes Rada now out to Hunter, to Lenny Kitoa. But the referee is going to call them back there. I think there might have been a bit of obstruction somewhere. So they are going to come back for not releasing the tackler. And Australia will kick it goal here right on the 22-meter line. They could increase the lead to 10 points to 6 now. Just remember that Australia do have a man in, well, a red card. So they will be playing with 14 men for the remainder of this game. Sparrow says, I'm still furious from the box loss. World Rugby hates South Africa. wouldn't say they hate South Africa. It's just, yeah, we could have won that game and we didn't. We left points behind, and it will teach us to maybe next time to take the points and not miss it. Right, James O'Connor now with a kick at goal. Can he put Australia further ahead now? 7 points to 6 currently, and this penalty kick will take them up to 10 points, which should be a gimme. James O'Connor from just outside at 22, right in the middle of the field, 23 meters out, should be an easy kick for him. About the same area where Marcus Smith got his kick over, and that one is straight through. So 10 points to 6 it is. 10 points to 6, Australia leading the Wallabies here after 19 minutes of play. Right, restart going to come from Wales. Right, so Dan Bigger with the restart now, and a high-hanging kickoff collected by Isaac Rodder from just outside of 22. Now Nick White just waiting for it. Gets it out to Rory Arnold, who just sets it up for them. Waiting now is Nick White at the back of this ruck. Gets the ball out to James O'Connor. Now hunted by Sami Fraser. A little dummy. And into space he goes down. A little kick ahead from Curtly Beale. Beautifully collected by Dan Bigger on halfway though. And Wales now have possession. Thomas Williams going the blind side. Working through Wyn Jones. Wyn Jones is going to straighten the line here. Just over halfway. Thomas Williams waiting. Gets it back to Dan Bigger. Now Aaron Wainwright is going to straighten the line. Needs to release the tackler here. It's Australia. Now Thomas Williams, Holo is still going. Gets it out to Liam Williams. Up to the 10-meter line of Australia now. Thomas Williams back. It comes to Dan Bigger. Dan Bigger throws a dummy. Gets Ellis Jenkins into space. Ellis Jenkins now needs to get the offload. No good tackle from Tanela Tupou. Stopping him in his tracks there. And now slow ball coming out for Wales now. Thomas Williams out to Nick Tompkins. Nick Tompkins steps two defenders in Rodder and Rory Arnold. Now Thomas Williams back to Lewis Rees-Zammit. Puts a little kick in there behind. It's Josh Adams chasing after this. But Nick White wins the race and runs into touch. So it will be a 5-meter line out to Wales here. 5 meters out from the try or line of Australia. So line out to Wales. 5 meters out from the try line. Dion Abrams says too much faith in Billy and Pollard. I think so. I think there might be a little bit too much faith in those two players. It's almost like Ireland putting their faith in Johnny Sexton all the time. Sometimes he delivers, sometimes he disappoints, but Billy is disappointed throughout this whole year. So has Andre Pollard at most of the times done. Right, here we go now, and it's taken by Ellis Jenkins now for Wales. They are going to drive this up now, 5 meters out. The driving maul needs to start working now. Ryan Elias at the back of this maul now. They need to get this out. Thomas Williams at the back gets it out to Holo. Loops around with Dan Bigger. Now it's Josh Adams caught right in the middle of the field, 10 meters out from the try line. Thomas Williams back. It comes to Nick Tompkins now. Tries to run around James O'Connor, but just can't get it. And was there a slap down from Australia? We'll have to wait and see what the referee have to say there. But for now, it's into touch. And it should be Wales putting to this line out. Let's just have a look there. Oh, Curtly Beale could be going to the bin as well. Slap down or deliberate knockdown inside the 22 on the attack, and with a possible try being scored, we could see trouble here for Australia yet again. So let's just stop the clock right there. Dion Abrams says, what about a greater good coach? Nino Pollard and Villiers, Achilles heel. How does the coach repeat and these players repeat stupid mistake? Unconscionable. Yeah, no, it is. It is true. We're making life so much harder for ourselves at times. We're we could pick our best team and win the games comfortably. And yeah, it's one of those things. Right, so deliberate knockdown from the looks of it, and this could be another yellow card to Australia. Already one man down in the with a red card. So to go down to 13 men will be quite devastating for Australia at the moment. And I don't know for what reason, but Wales are a red card magnet to the opponents. Red cards and yellow cards are like magnets for the opposition against this Wales side. Right. Did he attempt to tackle Tompkins, or did he deliberately knock that ball down? That is what the call needs to be about. Either he went for the tackle and he closed his arms and it's just a knock on, or it's a deliberate knockdown without any effort of making an intercept. We'll have to wait and see what the call is. It's a close one, to be quite honest. But I think the right call might just have to be a knock on here, because it did look like Curtly Beale did attempt to make the tackle rather than deliberately knocking it down. And the referees and the assistants are having a chat about it at the moment. So, yeah, I think it's going to be only a knock on from Curtly Beale then. Or is it? We'll have to wait and see. Referee having a chat with James Slipper on that one. Oh, he's going to go to the bin. Well. Two wrong calls from the Rugby Guru tonight. Already in this game, I'm losing my touch here. So a red card and a yellow card now to the Wallabies. And one have to feel very sorry for Curtly Beale here, and one have to feel very sorry for Rob Valentini as well. But yeah, Australia now down to 13 men, and Wales with a chance to go into the lead here. Will they kick this into touch and attack? That's the big question now that needs to be asked of this Wales side. Yeah, they are going to go to the corners, so time is back on, and it's going to be a line out around about 10 meters out now for Wales. Ryan Elias with a throw into this line out. Can he get this for Wales? Line out taken beautifully by Carter. Loops around with Thomas Williams. They must score in the corner. It's tried to Ryan Elias in the corner for Wales. And a beautiful set move working and paying off there for them, knowing that they got a man or two-man overlap or two-man advantage, really. Gets the try in the corner. Great work there from Wales. Gets the try in the corner. 11 points to 10 with the conversion to come. Great set piece move, works to perfection, and it's Ryan Elias in the corner here for Wales. Thomas Williams just drawing that last defender beautifully. Danila Tupou not quick enough to get to Ryan Elias, and it's try time to Wales in the corner. 23 minutes gone in this game, and Wales take the lead for the first time in this game. Right, Dan Bigger from the corner now, trying to convert this one. And that is a brilliant conversion from Wales as well. So 13 points to 10 it is. And Wales now having the lead for the first time in this game by 13 points to 10. Shane Vlaardingbroek says, this is why the game has become so pathetic. Yeah, I don't know what exactly you're referring to. Is it Jacques Nienaber and his favoritism over Billy Leroux and Andre Pollard, or the yellow and the red cards that's been handed out left and right here in this game as well? Let me know, Shane. Right, so 24 minutes gone in this one. And Wales, well, good lead that they've got now. Can they make it count? The restart taken by Willis Halahalo right on the 22-meter line now. And, it's gone into touch. So it looks like it is going to be Australian line out here right on the 22-meter line. So Australia goes quickly, throws a very long throw in almost up to the halfway line, but the referee having none of it. So it will be a line out here to Australia right on the 22-meter line. 25 minutes gone in this game, and it's a 3-point game at the moment. Australia's got a red card and a yellow card at the moment. And yeah, they're not going to be making the same mistakes as Fiji did last week. If Wales can't capitalize on this, Australia will get back into this game. Latu with a throw in at the back finds Isaac Rodder now. Driving maul coming now from Australia right on the 22-meter line. They are slowly starting to make ground with this driving maul. And over the 22-meter line they go. The ball needs to come out now. Nick White waiting for it. Very slowly indeed now they get it out to Hunter by Sami. Loops around with James O'Connor. Cuts back inside. But the defense of Wales just too strong at the moment. Now Nick White waiting for it. Gets it back to James Slipper. Just over the 22-meter line at the moment is Australia. Now it's Rory Arnold back to Hunter by Sami. Penalty advantage coming for Australia now. Nick White out to James O'Connor. O'Connor out to Callaway. Long cut-out pass but intercepted by Lewis Rees-Zammit. And we will be coming back for the penalty to Australia. Right in the middle of the field on the 22-meter line. Score should be 13-all after this. Right. So Australia managing to hit back after that Wales try, and they could be all square here with a red and a yellow card for Australia at the moment. Red card to Rob Valentini for a dangerous tackle, and then a yellow card to Kurtley Beale for a deliberate knockdown inside the 22. It is going to be James O'Connor to have the shot at goal. Just waiting for a tee though, so time is still ticking on. 13-all, it should be after this kick. Should be 13-all. Let's see. Kick coming from James O'Connor right in front. Shouldn't be a problem. And we should be all level here after 27 minutes. James O'Connor. Cool as a cucumber. 2 from 2 tonight. 2 very easy kicks for him, to be quite honest. Well, mind you, the one was quite difficult from the corner, though. Right, so lining it up, taking his time with it, and slots it. So 13-all it is here after 27 and a half minutes. And it's game on here. Can Australia just hold on to get that yellow card back from the bin? And then obviously having to play with 14 men for the remainder of the game. Restart here from Dan Bigger. High hanging kickoff taken by Callaway. Inside this 22, collected beautifully. Nick White now waiting for it. And it's a penalty to Wales. Holding on the ground there. And Tanula Tupou. Yeah, no, it's Callaway who gave away the penalty for not releasing. So what will Wales do with this one? Surely they're going to go one better and try and kick this into the corner. Surely. They've got a 2-man advantage. They need to use it and really get that scoreboard ticking. So Dan Bigger now with a kick into the corner, and Wales now with an opportunity. Yeah, holding on. Great work there from Ellis Jenkins, winning that penalty on the ground for Wales. Definitely a bright future for that guy. Right, here we come now. It's Carter who's got it for Wales. Now they're going to try and do the driving maul, but the maul has gone down, and it's going to be a scrum down to Australia. Great defense there from Rory Arnold, getting the accolades there, stopping this Wales driving maul. Ronel Leroux says daar's net 4 spanne wat impress. South Africa, New Zealand, Ireland, and France. Well, to be quite honest, Ronel, I have been less than impressed with France, to be quite honest, in the last 2 test matches, because they haven't played like the team that was playing in the Six Nations. So I'm expecting the All Blacks to really go one better today and, get a good score against the All Blacks. against France, the All Blacks to beat France by quite a comfortable margin. But I mean, I was wrong with the box game. Currently, I think I went with Wales by 7 points. So, yeah, Georgia and Fiji drawing 15 all earlier was quite a big upset as well. Right, Nick White. Oh, scrum has collapsed, and we will have a reset though. So 10 minutes to go in this first half. It's Wales 13, Australia 13, and they're looking pretty evenly matched at the moment, even with Australia having two players down. So, yeah, Wales not taking their opportunities. And like last week, they could have easily ran past Fiji with that advantage as well. But Australia's not Fiji, and Australia could punish them at the end of the day. Sharkbrain says All Blacks choose the best players. There's no favourites there. So Sharkbrain's still very upset with Ninaba, and rightfully so, because to keep constantly picking Billy LaRue at fullback and Andre Pollard at fly off when we need that change, it just annoys a lot of supporters. So penalty to Australia there from that scrum, and Wyn Jones not happy about something Latu had to say, but nothing he can do about it. It's a penalty to us to Australia and a chance to clear their lines from inside their own 22. Wasted opportunity for Wales yet again. Right, Nick White now with the kick, and he is going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line here inside Wales, well, inside Australian territory, sorry. So Curtly Beale getting ready to come back onto the field. So that one-man advantage, or the two-man advantage now, is just going to become a one-man advantage. Right, thrown from Latu now. Finds Rory Arnold at the front, and a driving ball coming from Australia again, going sideways at the moment. Now starting to move forward at a good pace, just working the leg drive from Tolulatu. Now it goes backwards. Nick White waiting for it at the back of the small. Goes with the box kick over the top. Chase coming from Andrew Callaway. Callaway waiting. Oh, collision in the air. And that ball is going to come back to Nick White now. Has that been deliberately knocked down by Wales this time? But Danila Tupa has got it, gets his hand through. Hunter Paisami just couldn't get the ball there. But we're coming back for a penalty to Australia. So not quite sure what the call was there. But Callaway has stayed down, and it's not looking good for him. He has stayed down, hasn't really moved. So we'll have to wait and see what the call will be. Yeah, Curtly Beale also about to get back onto the field. Josh Adams not happy with the call from the referee, and I think they will go upstairs to have a look, but it looked like both players went for the ball in the air. You could even argue that Callaway really just jumped into Josh Adams. So I don't know if that is what the penalty's for. I think it might be the wrong call. I think it should, in fact, be a penalty to Wales, because Andrew Callaway clearly jumped into Josh Adams there. So that's a big call if that is what the penalty's for. So the referee might have to reverse that penalty to Wales. I would have done that if I were the referee on that account. So let's just see. I don't have audio. Let's see what the call will be from the referee. They still receive. Well, Callaway is not looking good. So he's still not up on his feet and still receiving some attention. So he might not continue. Vali Pepler says, LaRue, I agree, should have stopped playing 5 years ago. Owen Williams says, chuffed Wales will probably and should win, and does my head in with all cards. No good for the game. Teams need more discipline. Cameron Kleinon says, All Blacks to lose. I just want Foster in charge. He's not the right man for the All Blacks. Graham Henry revolutionized the game in 2011. Hansen tweaked and made him perfect, and Foster has broken it. So who do you want at fly off? I definitely would want Willie. I would like to see Johan Goosen get a chance at fly off, but obviously he was out injured. I'm not a fan of Elton Yankees, but would he have really played worse than Andre Pollard did? Domenico says Wales by 5. So Andrew Callaway has left the field with Tom Wright coming in. So it is now a penalty to Wales instead. And Dan Bigger will kick this downfield. He will find touch roundabout between the 10 and the 22-meter line. And a chance now for Wales to attack just before half-time. Australia also now back to 14 men, not 15 men. Cameron Kleinon says, do you think Kalan deserves his chance now? I'm a big fan of Warwick Kalan, but yeah, the line-out stolen here by Australia, and they're going to go on a counter-attack here now. It's Lenny Kitoa over the 22-meter line, and Nick White now waiting for this, gets it back to James Slipper. James Slipper making a couple of meters here for them. Just outside the round 22 is Australia. Nick White now. Nick White caught behind the advantage line by Aaron Wainwright. Gets the pass out to James O'Connor, who puts it straight down the middle of the field and into the hands of Liam Williams just outside the 22. Have a run up to the 10-meter line. Goes high up into the air. He is going to chase down his own kick, but beautifully taken by Curtly Beale. Beats Liam Williams and stands up to the 10-meter line. Brought down now by Wainwright. Gets the ball out to James O'Connor again, who's going to kick this into space. But Josh Adams is back inside the 22. He's going to kick it downfield, chasing his own kick now into the hands of James O'Connor on the 22. Gets it out to Curtly Beale now. Curtly Beale will look for space here in the back. Tries to go for the 50-22 kick, but not quite there. Gets collected by Dan Bigger inside the 22 now and kicks it downfield. Chase coming from himself into the hands of Beale again. Now Beale out to James O'Connor on the 10-meter line. He's going to go for the 50-22 as well. And he's found a bit of space in behind. But unfortunately, that ball is going to roll over the dead ball line. And we should come back for a scrum down on the 10-meter line inside Australia's half. Cameron said, do you think Kalan deserves his chance now? Definitely. I'm a big fan of Warwick Kalan and Apalila Fassi, but Warwick Kalan has just been in brilliant form. And then Sharkbrain says, Buddha Chamberlain is currently the best fly-off in South Africa. Or not. Sorry, Sharkbrain. I just can't agree with you on that one, unfortunately. Buddha Chamberlain is definitely somebody for the future, but the way he's played today wasn't great. He still needs a couple of years, I think. Yanni Hendrik says, good commentary, Guru. Thank you, Yanni. And then Billy says, Question, I agree with you. Or bring in the Dupree from sales. Yankees can't organize defense. And then Barry says, the way I feel about the game we lost, I've lost my interest in rugby. It's just one game, Barry. Come on. We will get there. Sharkbrain says, Ninaba is killing the Springbok one game at a time. Right, so the scrum goes up again, and we will have a reset scrum again here. It's been a little bit untidy here towards the end of the first half, to be quite honest. And, yeah, this is a scrum down to Australia, scrum feed to them. And with 4 minutes to go in this first half, we'll see. Oh, it's actually a scrum to Wales. So Thomas Williams can feed this ball at scrum time. Between the 10 and the halfway line, inside Australia's half now. It is Wales with a good opportunity. They need to use these opportunities that they get, but another massive scrum from the Wallabies, but Wales do get it back now. Holo is going to straighten the line here, up to the 22-meter line, and still going is Holo. Now Thomas Williams gets it back to Dan Bigger. Dan Bigger out to Ellis Jenkins, just short of the 22 penalty advantage coming for them. Thomas Williams now, Tompkins, back inside to Wainwright, he's knocked it on. But we're coming back for that penalty to Australia. Players offside, so it is a penalty to Wales here, right on the 22-meter line. And will they go for touch? Will they go for another try? Or will they take the 3-point lead closing in on half-time? Willie says, by the way, cheers for the commentary. Can't stand the woke Wales commentary. Thank you, Willie. Appreciate it as well. And then Barry says, think of it this way: to motivate you, Guru. Long as your family is healthy, you're happy. That's all that matters. Why does Erasmus allow Andre to kick in the beginning? He always misses his first goal kick. So he got his first goal kick, Dante. He actually slotted all his penalties in that first half, and all of them was quite difficult. But then the start of the second half, he just blew it. Missed two vital kicks at goal. The momentum was on our side throughout that game. We didn't go for goal on, I think, 3 occasions. That's 9 points. So 15 points left on the field by South Africa. Willie also says, I think the Northern Hemisphere try their best to win Southern Hemisphere teams by employing referees with heavy hands on their cards. Oh, that's not quite true. I think the referees so far had a really decent games over the weekend, or the games that I've watched at least. So I think Brace was really quite well in that game against England. So yeah, you'll never have a perfect game from a referee. There will be one or two mistakes, and that's only human. So yeah, I think he had a good game, and even this guy now is having a decent game here for Australia and Wales as well. So it looks like Danila Tupou is going to leave the field here, or is he? No, he is going to play on. So we've got about 3 minutes to go, and Wales have decided to have a shot at goal at last. So with 3 minutes to go in this first half, it is Wales looking to take the lead here by 16-13. Remembering that Australia's got a red card here, so they're playing with 14 men for the rest of the game, and then also had a yellow card. So there was a time that they played with 13 men on the field. Right, Dan Bigger with the conversion attempt now from right in front, 23 meters out, right in the middle of the field, and should put Wales into the lead. And he does so as well. So 16 points to 13 with about 2 minutes to go in this first half. And Wales got a slender 3-point lead at the moment. Australia still holding out, even with a man down and 2 men down at one stage in that first half. Right, so James O'Connor now to restart this game for us with a minute and a half to go. Can they hit back just before half-time? Or will Wales secure the first half of this game? Restart from James O'Connor. It's a high hanging kick and beautifully taken there by Carter for Wales. Now Thomas Williams waiting for that ball at the back now. Gets it out to Wyn Jones. Wyn Jones drives his way up to the 22-meter line. Will that ball come back for Wales though? Australia's counter-ruck really well. Needs to be careful not to give away a penalty though. Now Thomas Williams gets out to Dan Bigger. Tompkins now, there's an overlap here. Liam Williams puts a little stab through for Josh Adams, and Josh Adams is going to get it right on halfway. Here could come another, this could be trouble. Here comes Wales again. There might have been another high tackle. Penalty advantage coming for Wales now. Dan Bigger gets it out to Hollow with a long cut-out pass here to Tane Basham, who makes his way up to just short of the 22, and the ball gets ripped. But we are going to come back for a high tackle. And a little bit of argy-bargy going on here between the two teams as James Slipper and Tane Basham having a crack at each other. It's all started by Nick White and Tane Basham. But now everybody has joined in. So Tom Wright pulling Josh Adam by the collar. How dangerous was that? Or doesn't warrant another look? Or is it just going to warrant a penalty? I think penalty is fine for now. You don't want more of that. It just looked bad, but it isn't that bad. Right, so they did have a quick look at it, I think. So nothing wrong with that. And they will be continuing here. Just a penalty to Wales. Let's see. Willie says, no, we've got Shark brain. I wonder what Nino's excuse is this time, because it's never Willie. He probably blamed the whole team. And then I agree with you, ZA. And then Billy says, can anyone tell me if Wales have ever won any game convincingly without their opponents getting some yellow or red? And then Australia can win with 14 men. We saw what Fiji did last week with 13 men. And Dante says, not Wales' fault if the team does stupid things that the other team will and should take advantage of. Right, so they have decided to go for the corner here and not getting the required distance that they would have wanted. So line out here on the 22-meter line of Australia, and a chance now to have another crack. Daryl says, hi, Guru Lakadar Boer. Right, so the line out has been taken successfully by Wales now, and they're looking to have a driving maul going here from the 22-meter line. Will they be able to make the advantage count? Elias out to Dan Bigger with a little kick over the top. Beautifully collected first off by Tompkins, but then knocks it on. And here comes the Wallabies with a counter attack, the kick downfield. And Kurtley Peel and Kunu is chasing after this, but Dan Bigger will get back after it and just bump it into touch for half time. So at half time, it's going to be 16 points to 13. Wales leading this contest between the two sides. And yeah, I'm going to take a quick break, but when we do come back, we will be doing the second half of this game. So don't go anywhere, people. I will be back for the second half. Right, guys, we are back here for the second half of this game here between Wales and Australia. It's been a close encounter really between the two sides. Um, we've seen a red card for Australia. Rob Valentini getting that red card for a dangerous tackle. I don't know. I'm a bit split into two because from what I saw, I saw a head-to-head collision. Really, didn't see a shoulder to the head or a forearm to the head, but the referee clearly decided otherwise. Apart from that, there's been a yellow card to Kurtley Beale as well. So yeah, Wales very lucky in a lot of sense, but credit to them for playing the game. I mean, if the other teams wants to be ill disciplined, they have to pay the price. But well done to Australia for keeping in this game with 3 points down at halftime. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let's have a look at a few comments here. Sharp Rain said they should have taken the 3 points. Yeah, they should have. And then Daryl says, Easter Box have been on the road since beginning August, bar 1 week. No other team has been in this situation and is simply the best. Well, Daryl, look, it's like I said, I'll take probably a lot of slack from saying this, but I'm going to stick to what I've said from the beginning. If we lose a single game on tour, I would see this tour as a failure because we were not able to blood youngsters. We went with the same squad that was in the Rugby Championship, the same squad that was in the Lions Series, and we didn't build at all this year. So guys like Evan Roos, Elrich Low, Appelile Fassi, Warwick Kalant, guys like Edwin van der Merwe should have had an opportunity to grow as players. And yeah, now we've lost. And what is the point of that, to be quite honest? But we'll probably learn from this and grow as a team in the future. But we'll just have to keep our heads held high. Ian says, let the Georgian touch just take the whistle. Wales play a bit dirty with blocks and don't get penalised. Then Billy says, surely the arm against Etzebeth head was a yellow, not seeing that European ref love cards. So yeah, that's what I thought. I did think that it would have been a yellow card, but yeah, I don't know. Referees blow differently these days. I don't know what's going on. Daryl says, doesn't matter, season over, World Cup next. So, no, it's not. We still got next year to go. So, maybe we'll blood a few youngsters next season. We're going to have 3 test matches against Wales and probably another 2 in between. Then we're going to have the Rugby Championship and then the end of year tour where we're taking on Ireland and France, which is going to be even tougher if these guys pick up momentum. ASAP Watch Me says, I just came here to say this ref is going to make Australia lose. So, yeah, everybody's got a different opinion. So, yeah, it's one of those things, guys. Those referees have blown really well for me personally. I can't fault them at this stage. So, very consistent refereeing from all the refs so far in this weekend's fixtures that I've watched anyway. So hats off to them for doing a good job. And then Daryl says Villy will not play for the Box next year. Don't be surprised if he slots in at 15 again, Daryl. Marcus Smith has 5 caps, but he started for England. But Nienaber favours Villy over Fussy. And then David says, where's the English try a forward pass? I never saw a good replay of all angles. Or maybe I was just hopeful looking through green lenses. So, David, I didn't see anything wrong with the try. They scored 2 really good tries. Or was it 3? I can't remember. But nothing looked forward for me, at least at the time that I watched it. So, yeah, England deservingly victorious over South Africa at the end. Our discipline just wasn't able to keep out at until the end and at the end of the day. So, yeah, sometimes you have to lose as well. Looking at how things have gone here in this game, though, for Wales so far, Liam Williams have been pretty solid at the back. Lewis Rees-Zammit haven't really had plenty of opportunities. Nick Tompkins and Hala Hala doing a really good job in the midfield, with Hala Hala having quite a few line breaks in between as well. Josh Adams have been pretty sound and solid. Dan Biggers dictated the fly-off role very well today. Thomas Williams have done really well. Looking at the forwards, Aaron Wainwright, Dane Basham, and Ellis Jenkins have been superb as a loose trio combination. Seth Davis, I haven't seen too much of him in that first half. And Adam Beard obviously leaving the field early in the place of Carter has been really good. And then Thomas Francis, Ryan Elias, and Wyn Jones doing a good job so far. Then looking at the Wallabies, Kurtley Beale, yellow card. You could argue and say that he really went for the tackle, but then on the other hand, we know Kurtley Beale is a slick customer, so he might have done it on purpose. Andrew Callaway, probably their best back player of the day so far, along with Lenny Kitoa. Hunter Paisami, still doubtful whether he's international quality centre. Maybe he'll grow as a player in time. And Filippo Dalgunu, with limited opportunities in that first half, not really playing that well. And then James O'Connor been caught on the back foot plenty of times. Nick White has tried valiantly. Rob Valentini obviously off with a red card. Pete Samu and Rob Leota not having the kind of impact what I expected them to have. Isaac Rodder and Rory Arnold has been monstrous in that lineouts and on the defence as well. Danila Tupo, Tololatu, and James Slipper has been decent as well, with James Slipper playing a really good game so far. Score predictions, second half, Jaden Mould asks, so I do believe that Wales will win this. So I don't know, maybe by 10 points, maybe by 15, depending on how well Australia can keep up with them. But I do feel that Wales have got pretty much this game in the bag. They just have to play the basics, keep in the lead, and they should win this game. And what you're thinking about France, New Zealand. So I'm not going to shy or back away from the fact that I don't think France are as great as everybody's making them to be at the moment. I think the All Blacks will hit back and beat them between 15 and 20 points. Dante says, to be fair, the Box at this point should know that refs in Europe have different interpretations of the rules than the South, which is true. And we're now playing in the URC, so there's really just no excuses at the moment. Right, we should get ready now for the second half here. It's a 3-point game at the moment, but I do see the Welsh side maybe pull away with this one, depending on how the discipline of the Wallabies will be and how fired up they will be to win this game. Maybe they've got a little bit of extra gas left in the tanks and they could pull off a good victory here today against a Welsh side that has been underperformed for quite a while now. So, yeah, one have to ask whether this side is really as good as we make them out to be as well. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Right, we should be getting underway for the second half anytime now as the players get back onto the field. And yeah, it's going to be a cracking second half, to say the least. Right, Daigunu is going to play a vital role in the second half if the Wallabies are to come back into this game. Also, we've got 209 people watching. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. We will be covering the All Blacks versus France game right after this one. So looking forward to some really good rugby still to come. Right, so all the teams are back on the field, and it will be Wales to get the second half underway for us. As Dan Bigger is the last guy to come back onto the field, and now will take control of the ball to start the second half for us between Australia and Wales. Australia obviously down to 14 men. For those of you who've just joined in, a red card to Rob Valentini in the first half has seen the Wallabies down to 14 men. Right, so Dan Bigger to get the second half underway, guys, and good luck to both sets of fans here. As a neutral, I'll be watching on. Right, Dan Bigger with a restart to the second half. A deep kick in taken by Tom Wright inside the 22 of Australia now. Nick White waiting for it, gets it out to Rob Leota, who just sets it up, still inside the 22 of Wales. Nick White now going to go with the box kick over the top from inside the 22. Chase will be coming from Tom Wright now. So high kick, but that's going to find it's not going to find touch into the hands of Liam Williams on the 10-meter line inside Australia's half. Now Thomas Francis making a couple of meters. Now Thomas Williams back to Dan Bigger, gets it out to Wyn Jones, is going to straighten the line. Oh, Tanala Tupo nearly taking his head off there, and now gets it back to Dan Bigger, who goes high up into the air now. Chase coming from Lewis Rees-Zammit. That ball is going to spill back to the side of Wales. Nick Tompkins throwing a wild pass away to Dan Bigger. Now there's a bit of space here for Liam Williams on the 10-meter line. Gets the pass out to Alice Jenkins over halfway. Up to the 10-meter line he goes now. Tackled by Tom Wright. Support plays there for Wales. Quick ball now going the blind side. Beautifully Liam Williams. Over the 22-meter line goes. Throws a little dummy. He gets a pass back to Thomas Williams. And now the ball will come back for Wales. Here comes Dan Bigger. Out to Francis. Francis going to straighten the line. Right on the 22-meter line. Thomas Williams, Dan Bigger. Wilson, hello, straightening the line as well. Needed to get that pass out. But Thomas Williams gets it back now. Dan Bigger out to Wainwright. Good defense from the Wallabies here. Thomas Williams, Dan Bigger again. Now Liam Williams cuts back, pass back inside to Nick Tompkins. Beats one defender brought down by Latu. And now a little knock on from Wales. An advantage here to Australia. James Slipper taking it on the 22-meter line. Now Nick White with the kick downfield. And he will find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Wallabies territory. Billy says we are very thin on 10 and 15. Avril Fortuyn says go Wallabies. We're not really thin on 10 and 15, Billy. We've got Kate Volhutter also coming through nicely. Got Putta Chamberlain coming through. Johan Goosen is there. So plenty of good players. That throw not straight from Wales. And Ryan Elias furious with himself, as it's going to be a scrum or a line out to Australia now on the 10-meter line inside Wallabies territory. And then on 15, we've got Apalila Fassi, we've got Warwick Galan, and who else? We've got Tian Swanepoel, also who can play fly-off or fullback for that matter. And we've got Gianni Lombard, who's also pretty decent, and Tyron Green, who can play 15. And we've got Cheslin Colby, who can play at 15 as well, if needed to. Right, so replacements coming on for the Wallabies now, as Latu goes off, as well as Tanela Tupo. So plenty of replacements coming on for Lau Fainga and Alan Alatoa or Angus Bell is coming on. Should be Alan Alatoa. So changes have been made here by the Wallabies. And now it's a scrum down to them right on the 10-meter line as well. We've had 3 minutes here in the second half, and no score yet. Free kick here to the Wallabies on the 10-meter line, and I guess that they will be kicking this downfield or high up into the air as far as possible. No, they won't. They are actually going to go for another scrum down here, as they sense that they've got the upper hand here over Wales at scrum time at the moment. Daffy Duck says, come on, Wales. Definitely a lot of Wales supporters out here at the moment. And then we've got Wallaby supporters in Avril Fortuyn as well. So Nick White now with the throw in to the scrum. Let's see if... who's going to dominate this next scrum. Right, let's just see. There we go. Just block that real quickly. So Vili says that's exactoy. You have 100 guys who can play there, but none really standing out to take over. Yeah, you could argue, but I do think, Vili, that Warwick Galan is our go-to guy. He's been consistently good before he got injured and when he came back for the Stormers. So, yeah, maybe give him enough time, him and Apalila Fassi, and they could settle down. Right, Nick White now off the back, James O'Connor, Lenny Kitoa is going to straighten the line up to the 10-meter line, and somebody's spamming the thing here. But anyway, here they go again now. Another chance now. Nick White gets it out to James O'Connor. A bit of space here for Australia as they go over the halfway line now. Can they get some go forward ball now? Curtly Beale out to Lenny Kitoa. Out to Daikuna over the 10-meter line they go. And now comes back to Rob Leota over the 10-meter line they go. And this is looking good for Australia at the moment. Now James O'Connor back to James Slipper. Hammered in the defence by Dane Basham there. Now they have to go with a little kick over the top, but it's been charged down by Aaron Wainwright. Gets back into the hands of James O'Connor, who puts it to the boot. And he's going to get one bounce into touch, 5 metres out from Wales' try line. Daffy says, oh yeah, sure, all 40 of Wales' Six Nation titles were because opponents had reds and yellows. People need to stop blaming Wales for opponents' lack of composure where trying to hurt players are concerned. You've got a point, Daffy. I have to agree with you there. It's not Wales' fault that they give away, the opposition give away the yellows and the red cards. Right, here they come now from the line out. It's Seb Davis who takes it in, gets it out to Dane Basham now just over the 22-meter line. And the chance now for Wales to get out of their own half. It's Thomas Williams waiting for this one with a box kick over the top. Chase coming. Oh, I think Lewis Rees-Sammet might have pulled a hamstring there. Now Curtly Beale out to Daikunu. He's going to try and step past Dan Bigger, but beautiful tackle from him between the halfway and the 10-meter line. Now Nick White out to James O'Connor. O'Connor trying hard, but Wainwright has got him covered. Now Nick White again out to Isaac Rodder now. Straightening the line is Ikitoa. Caught on the 10-meter line. Now Nick White again. Gets it out to Tom Wright. Oh, has that been oh no. Play on, says the referee. And this could be a controversial try here for Wales. I don't think the try will stand. But they might have it to go and have a look at this. Sure that he slapped that ball down. And that could be a penalty to Australia. If this is going to stand, it's definitely going to be Wales to take a resounding lead here. The referee saw that he knocked it down backwards. So, yeah, let's see what the TMO decides here. Try's not been awarded yet, so they have gone up and they will check it out. But I think there might be a deliberate knockdown from Nick Tompkins this time round. Let's have a look at this. Tom Wright. Ooh, you could definitely argue that that ball went backwards. Might have ripped it rather than slapped it. Ooh, that's going to be such a close call. You know, if you have to play according to the rules of the game, I think that is a deliberate knockdown according to the rules. But the fact that that one went backwards and not forward, one could argue. But then again, play the rule, which is a deliberate knockdown. So let's see if the try is going to stand or not. Justice says, Guru, we are too late to build a new squad for 2023. We'll talk about it just in a bit. Right, so the try is going to stand here. It is going to be a try to Wales. And that is a massive try for them. Massive, massive, massive try. And that could just seal the deal here for them today. 21-13 with the conversion over now. And 23 points to 13 it is. What a start to the second half for Wales then. Then Willie says it wasn't with two hands. That's the rule. And I agree with you, Willie. It should have been a deliberate knockdown, penalty to Australia. And I think that is a terrible call. I think that is the real first real terrible call here today. Well, what are they looking at now? No, they aren't looking at anything. So Lewis Rees-Zammit will leave the field as well. I think hamstring pulled there, and Johnny McNichol is on the field now for Wales as well. Right, so here we go with the restart. Oh, it's sloppy from Wales, and it's been knocked on by Wales as well. So it is going to be a scrum down here. Oh, in fact, it's a penalty played in an offside position. So it's a penalty to Australia inside a 22 and a chance to hit right back into this game. Yeah, knocked on from the kickoff, then played by Carter in an offside position. So here's a chance for the Wallabies now. 5 meters out from the Wales try line, and maybe this is justice. It's a knock on even if it prevents a try. It's not a knock on even if it prevents a try. Otherwise, line-out blocks could happen as well. Right, so here they come now with the driving maul is Australia. So Falau finding at the back of this maul now. Can they get this ball to go? This ball to go forward. Now they have to release it. Gets it out to Hunter Paisami. Held up in the tackle by Thomas Williams and Dan Bigger. Have they lost that ball? No, they haven't. Comes back for Nick White. Now Pete Samu. He's going to straighten the line. 5 meters out from the try line now is the Wallabies. Gets it out to Falau Fainga, or Alan Alatoa, sorry. Makes a couple of meters. Still 5 meters out now. It's Rob Leota. Still 5 meters out is Australia now. James O'Connor gets the pass out to Lenny Kitoa. Great defense from Mick Tompkins, however. And we're going to come back for an offside penalty again. Will they go for touch again? Is the Wallabies here? Dante the Devil Hunter asked what happened. How did Wales score? So a deliberate knockdown from Nick Tompkins was deemed to have gone backwards and play on from the referee. So that was a terrible call. Right, so they have gone to the corner yet again now, and Australia can get a little bit of justice from that injustice. We've had close to 400 votes in this one. 63% says Wales is going to win it. So the majority is right at the moment. Here comes the line out. It's taken by Rory Arnold now, and the driving maul now starting to move forward for the Wallabies. It's Falau Fainga at the back here. Can he get that leg drive going? He might be held up. Now it's gone to ground. Will it come back? No, it won't come back for Australia. And it is going to be a scrum down to Wales. Great defense from Wales yet again to stop that try from happening. Dean Abrams asking France to complete the enormous hemisphere whitewash this weekend. I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Right, so 50 minutes gone, or 51 minutes gone in this game. And Wales now having a 10-point lead here at the moment, and have just defended a really good driving maul from Australia on the try line, and have won the scrum. So great work from Wales there on defence, stopping this Wallaby side from scoring. Still 29 minutes to go in this game, and it looks like for all money, like Wales are going to go home with the victory here today. But you never know. You never know. So Thomas is on for Jones, and Lewis is on for Francis. So front row bulk now coming on for Wales. Ian Nutty says, don't forget Argentina tomorrow. So Argentina is playing Ireland as well tomorrow. So maybe Ireland can Argentina could cause an upset as well. Who knows? But at this stage, I just don't see it happening, as well as that Ireland side is looking really good. Lochan Bennett asks, who do you think is going to win? Which one? Is it this one? I think Wales are going to pull it off. But if you're referring to the Ireland-Argentina game, I think we might just see Ireland demolish Argentina tomorrow as well. least 20 points in it. And if you're referring to the All Blacks France game, I think it will be the All Blacks by 15 to 20 points tonight. 23 points to 13. We're just having an injury stoppage at the moment, so we should get back underway any second now. Scrum down here to Wales, 5 meters out from their own try line. Thomas Williams to feed this ball to the scrum. Still 29 minutes to go in this big game. Who is going to walk away with a victory? Australia refusing to give up, though, and just keep on pushing. Will Wales be able to get another try and really seal the deal here today? That is the big question that needs to be asked. Thomas Williams will feed this ball to the scrum again after a reset again. Right. Slowly but surely getting this game back underway now. Thomas Williams with the feed to the scrum here and taking his time to feed that ball in as well. Now it goes down on the side, but the referee says play on. Dan Bigger with a kick downfield, and he's going to find touch round about still 5 meters inside his own 22. So 15 meters away is Australia now from the try line. Ian Nutty says, I hope Argentina, they deserve a W. I don't know. I think Ireland deserve it more than Argentina. It's just been a terribly long year for Argentina, and I think they've been the worst of all the teams. Right, the line out. Oh, it's been stolen by Wales, but it's been knocked on by Australia as well. So, yeah, their own worst enemies at the moment is Australia as well, not able to capitalize on the chances that they get. And it's going to be a scrum down now to Wales, about 15 meters out from their own try line. It's been deemed knocked on by Australia from the line out. Right, so scrum down yet again here. This game just getting a little bit messy at the moment. 420 votes saying, 65% saying Wales will win this, while 33% says Australia and 3% says it will be a draw. Seeing Rory Arnold now also leaving the field here with Will Skelton now onto the field. 23 points to 13. Wales are leading this game. A controversial try right here in the second half, where I personally felt that there was a deliberate knockdown from Nick Tompkins, but I guess I was wrong. So it is Wales now with a 10-point lead here and a scrum from inside their own 22, but a massive scrum from the Wallabies, but a penalty goes the other way around, and it's a penalty to Wales. So illegal scrummaging from Australia, not driving straight, and it's Wales with a penalty from 5 meters inside their own 22. Dan Bigger is going to get that ball out to round about between the 10 and the halfway line inside his own half. Santiago says salute. Right, so still plenty of time left on the clock here for the Wallabies to try and come back into this one. Right, line out sloppy from Australia now. James O'Connor out to Hunter Paisami. Lenny Kitoa. Oh, he's run around his first defender. Now gets the ball back inside to Daikunu. Passes back inside to Hunter Paisami. Just short of the 22 now. Here they come is Australia. Alan Alatoa. Can he get quick ball now? Nick White gets it out to Hunter Paisami. Drive it up to the 22-meter line now. Nick White back to Will Skelton. Skelton puts his head down. Good defense from Sep Davis there. Now Nick White, James O'Connor. Straightening the line is James Slipper. Good defense again from Ryan Elias. Now James O'Connor tries to throw a little dummy. Goes himself. But great defense again from Wales. Just holding out. Skelton drives his way forward. Ryan Elias having none of it at the moment. Now it's Kurtley Beale. Now it's Hunter Paisami Daikunu out to Pete Samu. But it's a forward pass. and it's going to be a scrum down to Wales yet again. Very, very sloppy from Australia at the moment. Forward pass to Pete Samu, and they're just not being clinical enough at all here, is this Wallaby side at the moment. So yeah, it's going to be another scrum down. We've had plenty of wasted time here in the second half due to scrummages, and now Liam Williams has stayed down as well for Wales. So whether he will be continuing is another question altogether. Right, looks like he is back on his feet now, and we can continue this game, which is just dragging out at the moment here. 23 points to 13, and very sloppy indeed this opening 15 minutes of the second half. It is going to be a scrum down now to Wales between the 10 and the 22 inside their own half, and Australia really being their own worst enemy at the moment here. Right, all the injury players are attended to now, and we should have another scrum now to Wales. It's Thomas Williams to feed this ball to the scrum. 56 minutes gone in this game, still 23 and a half minutes to go. Will Wales run away with this game, or will Australia try and keep in this game? Remember, Australia down to 14 men after a red card to Rob Valentini. Thomas Williams feeds this ball to the scrum now, and good scrum from Wales going the blind side now. It's Thomas Williams who've caught them off guard now. Johnny McNichol over halfway, almost up to the 10-meter line now. Thomas Williams down bigger. They've got plenty of gas now. Dane Basham up to the 10-meter line. Now it comes back again. Oh, it's going to be a penalty against Wales there. Diving off their feet. And, yeah, we'll see what the referee will make of that one. Foul play from Wales. And let's see if there's any arms involved in that clean-out as well. Time should be stopped. And we should be going upstairs again. This time for foul play against Wales, probably, as Alan Alatoa stayed down. And we will go upstairs to have a look at this one. So great work initially from Thomas Williams and Johnny McNichol. Great work from Dane Basham as well. And then in come the clean out from Thomas on Alatoa. Oh, and that's a fist to the head of Alan Alatoa, to be quite honest. Forearm, or you could say, you could basically say forearm to the head. Possible red card. We've seen one already today, so we could just as well. Though if Valentini can get a red card for his incident, then surely at least a yellow card will do for that. So let's see what the referee decides at the end of the day. Or, are they still having a look at this or not? Yeah, they are still going to have a look at this now. So a possible yellow or red card coming up for Wales here, surely. Forearm straight to the head of Alan Alatoa. And I'm sorry, that should be, if Valentini could get a red card for his infringement, then this should be a red card to Thomas as well. It should be. Forearm straight to the head of the players. So let's see what the call from the referee will be. 23-13. This could really make this game very interesting going forward here. Possible red card or yellow card coming up for Wales. I don't see any other outcome than that. So they are deliberating at the moment, are the TMO and the referee along with his assistant referees. So let's see what the call will be at the end of the day. But for me, if Valentini could get a red card for his offence, then this is just as much a red card to Thomas as it was to... Oh, now they're looking for foul play from Alatoa on... or not, no. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what the outcome of this one will be. But now we're looking for a dangerous tackle from Alatoa around the neck. And now we're going to see Thomas with the forearm straight to the head. Impact. And it should be, for me, a red card. Wait and see what the referee and the TMO decide. This will blow the game right open here, as Australia do have a red card at the moment. So, it's only going to be a yellow card then. So, how do you justify the red card on Valentini, but only gives a yellow card to Thomas? I'm sorry, but at least for 10 minutes, we are going to be 14 men apiece here, and it should be interesting for at least 10 minutes now. Can Australia hit back in this one and get a try? Don't get me wrong, I'm still backing, or I still back Wales to win this game today, but fair is fair. So always looking for a good game, and this could turn out to be a really good game towards the end if it can stay a close encounter. Right now, Falafine over the front finds Leota. Now Nick White runs in on the angle, is Daikunu up to the 22-meter line. Now Nick White back to Leota over the 22-meter line they go. Nick White now quick ball out to Alan Alatoa. Dane Basham is over that ball and could win it as well. No, it's going to come back to Will Skelton though. Still just inside the 22 now. James O'Connor throws a little dummy tackle by Ryan Elias. Now Nick White loop back inside to Pete Salmo, but he knocks it on. And now Josh Adams is going to kick that forward. But we are going to come back for the scrum down to Wales for the knock-on from Australia. Dante the Devil Hunter says, how is that a yellow? It should have been red all day. And Ronald says, I'm being biased. So I'm not being biased at all, Ronald, as I don't support any of these two teams. But it is what it is. So I just feel that if Valentini's one was worthy of a red card, then surely Thomas should have been a red card as well. But hey, it's one of those things. You can't question poor decisions and inconsistency, or you will be banned. Yeah, I can do it. I'm not contracted to World Rugby at all. So, bias ref. Sorry, didn't get that one quite, Ronald. So apologies. But yeah, could be that is a little bit biased. But yeah, Australia at the end of the day letting themselves down as well in the process, because they're just not playing the game at the moment. Too many handling errors, too many mistakes from their side as well. So I don't know. I just think that last try from Nick Tompkins shouldn't have been a try, and it would have been still a 3-point game between the two sides. Right, so Thomas Williams now to feed this ball in, and well controlled at the back by Wainwright. Now Thomas Williams gets it out to Dan Bigger, gets it out to Liam Williams, who's going to kick this downfield and finding plenty of space in the process all the way up to between the 10 and the halfway line inside Australia's half. So a very decent kick from him there. And with 20 minutes to go, still anybody's game. We'll see how this last 20 minutes pan out. Falau Fainga with the throw into this lineup, overthrown into the hands of Hunter Paisami. Over halfway, he goes, breaks through the first defense. And now between the 10 and the halfway line, Nick White back to Leota on the inside. Right on the 10-meter line now, gets it out to Pete Samu, out to Alan Alatoa on the 10-meter line. Nick White out to James O'Connor. James O'Connor to Kurtley Beale. Kurtley Beale into a bit of space over the 10-meter line. Yes, he's going to get it inside to Lenny Kitawa. Out to Nick White. Can he get or could he get there? Yes, he can. Under the post. And this game is back on here for Australia. What a break from Kurtley Beale. And Australia right back into this game. They might want to go upstairs to have a look at a possible forward pass. But from the first look of it, It does look like Australia have scored here. Great break there from Kirtley Peel. And from there, the support play from Ikitoa and Nick White. Spot on there. No, that's fine. Right, so try time here to Australia, and it could be a 3-point game now going into this last 18 minutes of play, which is wonderful. Absolutely brilliant to have such close games between two sides. Right, try stance, and now the conversion going to come here from O'Connor, and it's straight through the middle, so 23 points to 20 with 18 minutes to go in this second half. We're in for a cracker of a second half. Who is going to walk away with the victory here? If Australia can strike now while there's still 14 apiece, we could be in for an incredible finish to this game. Right, so Dan Bigger now to restart this game. Just waiting for a ball, it seems. So, yeah, some more replacements. It seems it's going to come on to. Oh, no, James Slipper is having a word with the referee. He is going to leave the field now, just saying who the new captain will be. And, oh boy, let's see if the TMO makes the right choice. Right, oh, nearly knocked on by Tom right there from the restart. And Angus Bell is on the field for James Slipper as well. Now, Nick White waiting for it, gets it out to Leota. Just sets it up inside the 22 now for Australia. And it looks like Nick White might take the responsibility upon himself to go with the box kick here and find touch. Let's see what's going to happen with this one. Yeah, it is going to find touch roundabout on the 10-meter line inside Australia's half. Willie says Ireland, though, deserved a very fatigued New Zealand team on tour since August. And with new youngsters, they will dismantle Ireland next year on home soil. And I agree with you there. I don't think you will beat the All Blacks in New Zealand if you're an Irish fan. Dante says, I retract my previous comment about the TMO. My bad. And then Stephen says, Australia are not the team they used to be, and Wales have numerous injuries. So neither team are at their best. Won't be much in it at the end. Never is between these two. Agree. Right, here comes Wales now on the 10-meter line. Nick Tompkins. And there's a penalty advantage coming the way of Wales as well now for, I think it's a early tackle from Australia there. And now a good opportunity here for Wales to go on the attack. Dan Bigger, no, he is going to go with a drop goal. Let's see if that's going to go over. Did he get it? No, sister, it's not going to go over. And I think he's hurt himself in the process as well. So Dan Bigger stayed down. Let's have a look. Oh, he already, I think, injured himself in that early tackle from Hunter Paisami on somebody else. It was, it was a tackle without the ball on Josh Adams. Then he slipped over Josh Adams and Hunter Paisami and then still went for the drop goal that got him injured there and down at the moment. Albert says, Welsh rugby definitely not as strong as a year or two ago. It might be a long Six Nations for them next year. I agree. And then we could have South Africa, New Zealand, Australia lose on the same day. Insane. Yeah, you never know. Where's the days when Northern Hemisphere rugby was just dreaming of winning the Southern Hemisphere? How many matches have ended 29-20 this week? I think only one so far. I think Romania managed to beat Tonga 29-20, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong on the final score, but it was a 9-point game. So Wales are going to have a shot at goal, and it is Dan Bigger, in fact, who's going to take the kick at goal. So just to put Wales into a 6-point lead here. I did have Wales down for a 7-point victory on my Super Brew today. So currently not looking too bad for them. Right, and that kick from Dan Bigger has gone straight through the middle. It's 26-20, and with 15 minutes to go, it does look like Wales might just pull it off. Right, can Australia hit back in 15 minutes? Wales will be back to 15 men real shortly as well, while Australia will remain down to 14 men. The restart from Australia is a deep kick in taken by Thomas Williams now, and under pressure, he has to clear that ball and finds touch only on the 22-meter line. So it's Australia now with a great attacking opportunity here. Jonathan Labascani says, watching out of Dubai, great commentary. Thanks. Thank you, Jonathan. Really appreciate it as well. My surname exactly the same as yours. So cheers for that, man. Right. Ronald says, come on, Aussies. Can they do this? So from the 22-meter line now, it is going to be also on the field, Lakeland Swinton, who's going to come in on the place of Pete Samu. So an opportunity now for Australia with fresh legs to do this. Nathan Adams says Wales loose. So let's see. Falau Fainga to the back. Oh, Isaac Rodder making a mess of it. But have Australia managed to secure that ball? Yes, they have. So between the 22 and the 10-meter line, they do have it now. Will Skelton is going to attack now, right in the middle of the field. The ball is out. Under pressure is Nick White again from Sep Davis, who's had a really good game today. But somehow Australia do get it back. Now Angus Bell. He's going to try and set it up for the scrum off again. James O'Connor at scrum off. Gets it out to Lenny Kitoa, puts a little dab through. Here comes a change from Curtly Beale on Liam Williams. The bounce of the ball, not kind for Liam Williams. And now under pressure as well. Here, just 5 meters from their own try line. Thomas Williams caught behind the advantage line and nearly dragged into touch. But Wales will do get it back right on the touchline here. 5 meters out from their own try line. Can Australia try and disrupt this now? Does come back for Wales. And it's been driven forward by Dane Basham now. Thomas Williams waiting for him at the back of this ruck. Gets it out to the forwards now. Just setting up a decent opportunity to clear this ball with 12 and a half minutes to go. Oh, under pressure, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty against Australia there. Discipline, so vital. Had them under pressure. Could have forced them to kick that out with a great attacking opportunity. And at the end of the day, just unable to hold their discipline here, and Wales get the penalty. Jonathan says, Lackerman Lappies. Yeah, that's how we all known, basically. Well, he says, I think many people forget it's the end of the year season, and therefore Europeans team have an advantage over us, not so much to read in it. And then Wales normally suffer after lines to always seem to be to a hangover for these guys. Dante says, Veli Pepler doesn't justify the losses. So, yeah, we could argue and say the same when they tour next year, as Wales going to be close, well, just after the Six Nations. So they might be a little bit tired. So at the end of the day, it's still professional rugby and you get paid to do your work. Eric Davison says, at this stage, South Africa were dominant against England. Who's got the bullet here? So, if it was a long season, Valley, and not trying to pick on you here, but it could have helped if we picked a few youngsters and had a bit of more fresh legs. And if we lost, then it would have been team building, to say the least. But at this stage, we are in trouble. Right, so here comes the throw in for Wales now on the 10-meter line inside their own half, and it's not thrown in straight. It is going to be a scrum down to Australia. And are there more twists in this game today? Barry says at least we are high on them on world rankings. I don't think the world rankings mean too much. Wales ranked 9th in the world at the moment. Not necessarily the 9th best team in the world. They could be a little bit higher placed in Scotland maybe at this stage, and higher placed in some other teams. But It's getting a close race on that world ranking system as well. So we've got 11 minutes to go here. Tate McDermott is on for Australia as well. And will he be the guy to take them to victory here today? Tate McDermott off the back now. He's going to line up with Daikunu, but great defense from Wales, reading that play phenomenally. Now Tate McDermott out to Leota. Elliot D also on the field for Elias. Now comes back James O'Connor. Now it's Lenny Kitoa out to Kurtley Beale. Over the 10-meter line they go. Good defense from Tompkins. Now Tate McDermott again. Back to Angus Bell. He's going to straighten the line here for Australia. A little bit isolated, but they do get it back now. Tate McDermott out to James O'Connor. Good defense from Willis Halaholo. Tate McDermott again gets it back now. Oh, great little run here from Hunter Paisami. Steps back inside. He could get the try here, just 5 meters short. Out to Tate McDermott now. Can they do this? 5 meters out. Angus Bell with his hands on the ball. Lakeland Swinton, Leota. Out wide it goes to Falafanga. To Daikunu in the corner. Try time to Australia. And with a conversion to come, this is going to be an interesting last 9 minutes of the game. Can James O'Connor slot this kick from way out left and put the Wallabies into the lead in this game? Yeah. John Mayer says Australia's been so poor this year, yet they beat the Box twice. How? We're higher than England on world ranking, says Barry, and go Wales, says Andrew. And then Billy says, we're all tired of the year of working, aren't we? If we want to follow that argument of they are paid and professional, probably, Billy. Yeah, I could also argue it's been a long year, but at the end of the day, you need to do your work, you know. You just have to pull it through. Time will come where you can rest. So the season is over now, and they can take a bit of a rest for the ones that's not going to be involved in the URC. Dante, the Devil Hunter, says, oh boy, Wales better step it up now. So conversion to come. Can James O'Connor put the Wallabies into the lead here with 8 minutes to go? This will be quite a phenomenal comeback for Australia if they can pull this one off. Can they do this? Yeah, Stephen has summed it up pretty nicely there. Right, let's see. The kick from James O'Connor hit the upright and back off. So it's a 1-point lead here for Wales at the moment. Well. Nathan Adams says, go Wales. And it's a margin that keeps Wales into the lead here. The smallest of margins. Let's see the restart now taken by Tom Wright. And under pressure is Australia inside their own 22 now. Can they force error is Wales, or can Australia get a penalty from here? Tate McDermott controlling that ball at the back of the ruck here. Looks like he's going to go with the box kick over the top. Probably going to look for touch here. And he gets the kick over the top, and that's going to find touch. Beautiful kick from him, by the way, all the way up to halfway. 7 minutes to go. 1 point the difference, 26-25. And yeah, it's anybody's game at the moment. John Mayer says the gap between Southern Hemisphere and Northern Hemisphere has closed a lot. And then Barry Australia will need a 3 point. Single score argument applies if both away and home. Right, Elliot D now with the throw in to this line out. And let's see if they can find a jumper. They find Sep Davis, who's been brilliant today. Dan Bigger gets it out to Holo. Right over halfway he goes. Now, Gareth Davis is also on the field here for Wales as well. And making a couple of meters against Sep Davis. Just over halfway at the moment. Gareth Davis waiting for it now. Gets it out to Dan Bigger. Oh, that's a beautiful run around from Liam Williams. Out to Johnny McNichol on the side here. between the 22 and the 10-meter line now. Dan Bigger. No, it's not Dan Bigger. It's Priestland who's on the field. Oh, and a knock-on from Tane Basham, unfortunately. And now it's Australia on the counter-attack. It's Tom Wright out to Lakeland Swinton. Between the 22 and the 10-meter line now, Kirtley Beale gets the long cut-up pass to Daigunu inside his own 22, tries to step, but good defense there from Wales. And it's a penalty to Australia right on the 22-meter line there. So just a little bit over-eager as Priestland there gives away the penalty. And now a chance for Australia to put the pressure on them. We've got 5.5 minutes to go. James O'Connor to kick this ball downfield as far as possible. And he's going, no, not the greatest of kicks, only going to find touch round about on the 10-meter line inside their own half. So still 60 meters to go to the try line of Wales at the moment. And one feels it's a little bit too far out to have a shot at goal from there. So Falau firing is there a free kick? Yes, there is. Quickly taken by Tate McDermott now. James O'Connor goes high up into the air now. Swinton chasing that kick. Beautifully taken by Johnny McNichol on the 10-meter line for Wales now. Gareth Davis. Gareth Davis out to Priestland now. Out to Holo. There's a bit of space here. Tompkins. Oh, brilliant tackle from Lenny Kitoa, pushing them backwards. And under pressure is Wales now, but Gareth Davis gets it back. Now Priestland. Out it goes to Seb Davis again. Good defense from Angus Bell on him. Just outside the round 22 now. Priestland. Priestland out to Josh Adams. Josh Adams is going to straighten the line now. Needs to switch inside. Now he's going to take it on himself. Up to the 10-meter line inside Wales territory. Now Priestland out to... who's got that ball now? It comes back to Gareth Davis again. Now it's Priestland again. Tompkins. Liam Williams throws a dummy. Almost up to halfway he goes now. Gareth Davis again now. Can he make a couple of meters? It's Aaron Wainwright now. Oh, and over that ball is Australia. They could win the penalty. They do win the penalty. And with 3.5 minutes to go, Will Skelton might have just stolen this game for the Wallabies. This is a very kickable one. This is a kickable penalty. And between the 10 and the halfway line, right in the middle of the field, there's a chance for Australia to snatch this game from Wales with a man down for basically the whole game. And a very important kick coming up now for James O'Connor. Right. Barry says, I notice our kicking accuracy a bit bad, not like England, New Zealand, or even Australia. They hit it spot on. Stephen asking, are the Boks playing in the 6-7 nations going forward? No, they will remain in the Rugby Championship for at least the next 10 years, I think it is. John Mayer says, no, Boks will stay in the championship with provincial teams playing in Europe. Autumn Sparkle Love says, come on, Wales. So it's actually Kirtley Beale who's going to attempt this shot at goal. So let's see if Kirtley Beale can put Australia into the lead with 2 minutes to go. Can Australia snatch this game? It's coming down to the wire yet again here tonight as well. Right. He struck it beautifully, and that one is straight down the middle. Australia in the lead here with 2 points and 2 minutes to go. Owen Williams says, Welsh fan, we do not deserve to win. Absolutely pathetic. And 3 weeks ago I said I will never shout for Aussies, but the last 2 weeks I've been fully behind the Aussies. Nathan Adams says, Wales losers. So with 2 minutes to go, the restart now. Taken by Kirtley Beale, and into the gap he goes. Oh, puts it on the boot here. And a chase coming from Australia, but Liam Williams have got it on the 10-meter line inside his own half now. Will we see one last twist in this game? Here they come now from inside their own half. Priestland, Johnny McNichol up to the 10-meter line. Gareth Davis now switches with Priestland, gets it out to Tompkins, who steps back inside. Good defense from Rora. Now Priestland out to Liam Williams. Liam Williams throws a little dummy, steps back inside. Over the halfway line they go. Just a minute to go in this game now. Here they come again now. Taken forward by the replacement prop now from just inside their own half. Priestland, Tompkins. Now it's Holo Holo. Holo Holo is going to straighten the line just over halfway. Will we see another twist in this game? Now Gareth Davis, Tompkins. Out it goes to Reese Priestland. There's an overlap here. Johnny McNichol straightens the line over halfway again. And Gareth Davis now gets it up to Reese Priestland. Out to Tompkins again now. Now Aaron Wainwright up to the 10-meter line they go now. Discipline of Australia, very important. Gareth Davis into a gap here. Gareth Davis still going. Gets it inside to Liam Williams. Just 5 meters out now. Here they come. It's Elliot D on a charge. Just 5 meters out from the try line. Aaron Wainwright is going to be scrum off here. Pick up and go from Wales. Just 5 meters out. Time should be up now. Pick up and go. So close here as Wales now from snatching this from Australia. Can Australia's defence hold out? Time is up on the clock. Aaron Wainwright, pick up and go from him. One last start at it here from Wales. 14 men Australia holding out at the moment. Another pick up and go here from Wales. Can they bundle their way over the try line? Wales need to be careful not to be held up over the try line here. Dane Basham tries to bash his way through. Still just 2 meters out from the try line. If the Wallabies can hold them up over the try line, it's a penalty to Wales. Penalty to Wales here. And that should seal it for Wales now. They are going to have a shot at goal. No, they're still having a shot here at the try line here. Still advantage to Wales at the moment. It's held up over the try line. There's the penalty to Wales. And this is going to be a massive, massive kick in the dying minutes of the game. Will Reese Priestland take Wales to victory here? It's round about, it's 25 meters infield, so it shouldn't be a problem here for Wales. Yeah, let's see. Peel, O'Connor and Cooper played together more than 10 years ago. It would be nice to see them play again. And then Dean Abrams says, great commentary, Guru. Let's go, Aussies. Make us proud. How did Australia get a red card? It was a dangerous tackle from Valentini. Arm to the head. Well, no, it was a head collision, but it was high. So let's see if Priestland can win this game for Wales. Can they pull it off? Now, that was an attack from Wales. Miss or over. That was a good play. True. Right, here he lines it up, and it's gone straight through the middle. It is a Wales victory here by 1 point as they steal it at the death, like England did to the Springboks earlier in the earlier game. What a game this has been as well. A point in it between the two sides. And a massive, massive, massive victory for Wales at the end. And Australia will go home winless on this tour. So, yeah, it's unfortunately the way it played out. But down to 14 men. Wales very lucky to get away with a victory yet again today. But congratulations to Wales. And congratulations to all their supporters as well. And we're now going to get ready for the big one here, starting real soon between the All Blacks and France in just a bit. So if you guys want to go and set a reminder for that, feel free to click on the reminder there, which we will be doing real soon. Albert says, thanks, Guru. Great comedy. Now for the big matchup of France versus New Zealand. Can't wait. So I will see you guys in a bit. Until then, this is the Rugby Guru. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Cheers for now.